What is up, folks? Bristol Gaming back with another episode of Valheim Mods Weekly, the show will help you figure out what mods are good for you. And this week, as you can see, we have got a cool little week ahead of us. The last mod especially has got me really excited because it's super cool. But before we jump into anything, I want to take a second to say thank you to everybody who has liked or subscribed to the content because it does help out and it does mean a lot, especially because I'm a small content creator. Every time somebody likes, says, hey, you did a good job, this and that, or hey, can you show this mod or can you improve, do this, those things mean a lot as a small content creator because it means you guys care like I do. But now we're gonna go ahead and jump into our first mod. Our first mod, as you can see, is called the Anima's Beach House Abode by Dejihimi. I'm so sorry I butchered that name. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's pronounced, and if it's not, I really apologize. Everybody knows I'm bad with names, but it's a cool little single player base. Like, you've got tons of storage and stuff. You've got all this stuff inside here: storage, workbench, bed, bunch of storage, cooking spots, and then right behind these two doors, even more storage, which just is really cleverly concealed. I like that actually. That's kind of neat. Then you've got different stuff. I've screwed up spawning this thing in. I buggered out the ground here and I didn't realize it until literally just about to show it. And I've had a hard time getting this computer because my main computer is down, so I apologize. This is a backup laptop that's just not quite up to doing everything that normally would do. But it's still really cool because you've got this wharf here where you can have your boats and stuff and just, or dock or whatever you want to call it. But it's really cool because you've got just, neat little area. You can sit off there and fish and do all different kinds of stuff with it. So it's a super cool little building, especially for a single player. It's great. Like, it's got most everything you would need, and you've still got room to expand or build and do other stuff. You could put all kinds of stuff out here. You could put all the rest of the crafting benches there, like whatever it doesn't have that you might want. It gives you a lot of freedom to be able to do a lot of stuff with it. I think it's a really well done building, and it's super good to show off. But with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into our next mod. Alright folks, so as you can see, our next mod is called Locate Merchant by Purple DXD. So this is a cool mod if you're a single player or you don't really like the exploration like I do, or you just want to be able to find the merchant. You've been having a bitch of a time, you've been sailing around doing whatever, you can't find the merchant. This is the mod for you, because what you do is you come in here, you pull up your dev command, you say Locate Merchant, and then it pulls up, and then it marks it on the map. So we're going to go ahead and hit F5, and then we're going to zoom out. So you see, we're over here, down here. This is my base. Now, most people, like you see on little test worlds and stuff like this, where you fly around, you do different kind of testing and things with mods like I do. I don't have everything explored. Now, on my main map, I do. But on this test map, I don't. So this pins where the merchant is. So now we can fly from here to there, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I've got the debug mode on. And now we're going to fly, and we're going to head to where the merchant was. And this is good because, like I said, if you're playing single player, stuff like that, if you don't have the time or you don't have the inclination to do a lot of exploring, like I love it in this game personally. But on my test map, this map is my test map, I don't do a whole lot of it. Most of the exploring and stuff that I've done where I've just kind of flown around and done different stuff like that is just that. It's testing different mods, it's seeing how things work in different circumstances, different situations. So this is a cool mod to use if you're playing by yourself and you want to find the merchant, or it's been a long time and you haven't found it yet. So this is going to help you. Now we're going to go ahead and speed up. I'll bring you guys back in once we get there. Alright folks, so here we are. We're at the trader. And this is why I like that mod, because it pulls up, it shows you where he's at, it helps you find him super easy. But to go along with Locate Merchant, now we have our next mod called Better Trader by Menthus15, which actually gives better. You see how he said there's better merchant out there? I beg to differ. Now, this is what's really cool. So the Better Merchant mod gives up to like 315 different items that this guy can have. It gives all different kinds of stuff that can go along that you can buy. It gives a bunch of really cool stuff. It also adds in the epic loot utility and stuff like that. So you get a really good chance of getting good stuff from these guys. So that's why I like this. That's why I like this a lot, because you really have a chance of getting good stuff from the merchant. Whereas before, it's typically just kind of blah. And it changes on occasion. Their loot the the items that they sell will go up in quality or quantity. They'll have different stuff for sale, and you'll see different prices available. So it's a really good mod. that I highly recommend you use, especially if you're one of those guys like me. When I'm playing, I go to the trader a lot to buy stuff because there's stuff that I don't necessarily like to do constantly. Like farming materials and stuff like that, it's just really not fun for me. Sometimes the merchant has what I'm looking for, sometimes they don't. But that's why I come here, because you never know what you're going to find. And you see all these different items here, and that's all the special stuff, but you see all these different things. That's why I like this. Gives you a chance to find stuff you won't always be able to find someplace. Now, I don't have any coins on me, of course, because this is just a test world and I don't really pay attention to it. But on my main world, I'm back at the trader all the time. Whenever I'm playing by myself, I'm always at the trader. These two mods combined are amazing for a single player. But now with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the last mod. Alright folks, as you can see here, our last mod is called World of Warcraft Northrend by Draconman the Fox. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm bad with names. Said it I don't know how many times this video alone. But you see, I've got two different worlds here. One is kind of a goof-off world with this character. One is the Northrend. Now, this is not the typical character I play with when I actually play and do stuff. This is something completely different. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into Northrend. And this is really cool because when you load in, once we finally get there, you spawn in a really cool area. And I'll show you guys, I'll pull you back when we get in. Alright, so here we are folks, we're inside the game. You see we spawn here in the normal little place like normal. But why this is so cool, because what this did is this brought in Northrend from World of Warcraft, which was my favorite. I loved playing the Lich King expansion. The Wrath of the Lich King was my favorite. I loved it. I loved the maps. I loved all that stuff. It was super well done. But it brought it in to Valheim. Now, it's super cool because when we started out, we're actually in the Howling Fjord. And there's a little trader right here beside us. But it's super cool because this mod also brings in all the stuff that you would find typically inside of the Black Forest, the crypts, and all the stuff you'd find in the swamps and stuff like that, the sunken crypts, things like that. They're actually spawning everywhere. They can spawn in the meadows, wherever. It actually adds in a whole bunch. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in dev commands and debug mode. Okay, I guess we were already in. But anyway, so we're going to fly around so we can see some stuff. Now, I could take and spend 40 minutes alone on showing off how cool it looks, the amount of work that was put into it, why it looks super good. But that's a whole lot of time, and nobody wants to see me sit here and jibber jabber on for 40 minutes. Now, I could do a let's play based on it, but that would depend on what people think in the comments or, stuff like that. And I could show you guys how cool it looks and how, easy it is to start and play just like normal and everything that you would have. It's a super good map. You have everything that you need, and it's just really well done. Now, there is so much here that is just part of normal vanilla Valheim, like little snow and stuff like that, but it's the shape of I don't know why the name did that to me, but it's the shape of Northrend. But not only that, like the way that stuff is spread out, the way that you've got the ability to get iron more readily because of where you can find the sunken crypts and stuff like that, and the bosses and things, like it's a lot more condensed, which I like because it does make it a little bit easier. But again, I like the exploration and stuff, so it being condensed like it isn't necessarily the greatest thing, but it's still really cool how everything is done because you've got a lot of room to do stuff here for, a single person or a small group. If you're not playing with a whole bunch of people or you don't like doing a whole bunch of exploration like I do, this map is perfect for you. Normal worlds and stuff like that are great for me because I love the big, sprawling, going everywhere, doing everything, seeing everything stuff. It's super good to me. But for most people, this might be perfect for you because of how condensed it is for just, a single player. It's great. I've said it a couple times already. That's a good map. Now, you see, we haven't covered a whole super heck of a bunch, but we've gotten a decent bit of stuff. Now, we could just run out here to the ocean for a while and see if we get lucky and spot any land masses. And we're not, because everything is over here. Everything is this way. And a lot of people don't like dealing with the ocean. They don't like sailing. They don't like whatever. This map is good because of that. You still have the ability to do stuff. You can still sail around the island if you want. Like, we're just kind of flying around and doing the different things. But you've got all the biomes intermixed really well, honestly. Like, at least I think they're intermixed really well. So you've got an ability to, I know we're zipping through stuff pretty quick, but that's just because I want to be able to show you guys as much as I can in a short amount of time. I don't want to take too much longer on a video like this, on a mod like this. But it's well done. I mean, you've got plenty of area to explore, plenty of stuff without ever really having to leave the main island, the same island. You don't have to go far away, which kind of can be a downside. I know the vanilla map that I play on, when I'm actually playing and trying to do stuff, it's kind of a pain sometimes. Like, I spawned in the meadows, and the island I'm on, there's all the biomes almost surround where I'm at, except there's not a lot there. There's one snowy mountain that's like maybe a kilometer, and that's it, like a square kilometer. So it's not super big, and it's like that for every other one that's around me. They're super tiny islands, so I've run out of resources on them like super quick because they're small. This is big. Like, you see how big this is here. So you've actually got a lot of stuff here exploring in the snow and stuff like that, and we're not even fully covered with the map. Like, I'll actually show some screenshots so you guys can see how big it actually is. Like, this is actually just really cool. It's a really well done mod. But with that, folks, I'm just going to keep flying around. I'm done rambling for you. Look at this massive wall. And that's the northern barrier, I believe, that circles around the whole thing. But I'm done rambling, folks. We're actually going to call it here for the week. I'm just going to keep flying around. But thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.